Oh, I got a missed call. I didn't even know. Y'all, how y'all doing? I'm eating some leftovers, oxtail and rice. Ain't got no cabbage. I just want to get on here for a minute. Well, I got the house to myself. Kids still in school. And my son and my daughter, they gone, so they'll be back. Hello. Hey, Abby. How you doing? So, y'all, you know what? I had something I wanted to say today. Okay, that's good. Um, Let me tell y'all something. If y'all, whoever, if you don't believe in God, you don't trust in God, you're not a godly person, then whoopity doo, nothing matters to you. It's okay, you know. But if you believe in God and you trust God, if you trust the word out of that Holy Bible, and you try to live by that word out of that Holy Bible, then my thing that I want to say real quick, just real quick, I ain't no preacher, no pastor, no none of that. If you're holding anything in your heart against anybody, I don't care who it is, for whatever they did, or whatever you thought they did, or whatever somebody told you they did, it doesn't even matter. If you feel a certain type of way because for that person, you better let it go. You better find a way. Hey, Mr. Bradley, you better find a way to let it go. You ask God, say, Lord, I don't know how to do it. They hurt me so bad, or I thought they hurt me so bad. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody told me something and I believed it, and it hurt me. Whatever the circumstance may be, you better ask God. Oh, I need help. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to live like this. I don't want to feel this. I want to let it go. I just don't know how. Go, you ask, just like I'm saying it to you. That's how you got to talk to God. You got to sit right there at your table, in your bed, in your bathroom, wherever you at, and you got to talk to Him just like that. And you got to ask God to help you deal with forgiving. Because forgiveness is everything. You got to ask God to help you deal with that, to be able to forgive a person. You got to do it. You want to leave this earth, leave this world with a hardened heart, holding grudges against somebody. Because you don't know when your last day going to be. You thinking you're going to see tomorrow. You may not see tomorrow. You just may not. We think we have that time, but we don't know when it's going to be our time. So that's it. I'm done. I just want to make sure I say that. I mean, we have to let stuff go. Have to let it go. No matter what it is, have to let it go. And sometimes it takes Mr. Ferguson, how are you? I'm in Florida right now. It's not such a good occasion, but it will be. Yeah, it'll be okay. But I'm all right. How you been doing? And you have so many people that say, "Oh, I can forgive, but I can't forget. I can forgive a person for doing this, but I can't forget about it." Well, baby, you can't forgive them then if you can't forget about it. What makes you think you can forgive? That's backwards. That's like The two don't you know the math ain't math. Wait a minute, what that? Thank you. Just something different. You know, I don't really do a whole lot of colors, but I was like, okay, I'll try it. But yeah, I heard people, so many people say, I could forgive, but I can't forgive. I can't forget what you did to me or whatever. But baby, you ain't forgave. Because when you forgive a person, you're going to forget about it. The more you keep on thinking about it, you haven't forgiven that person. You know? You forgot what I'm eating. I'm eating some leftover oxtail and rice and beans, and some oxtail. My son had cooked for Mother's Day, and I had put me some up in the refrigerator. I was like, I'm gonna eat that later, but I did. Hey, Vanessa, and so I'm eating it now. Thank you, Vanessa. How you doing today? Vanessa, I'm talking about forgiveness. I don't know what made me, you know, I don't know. Sometimes if it's in you, it gotta come up. Not all the time now, not all the time. So don't let the devil trick y'all thinking that, oh, it was on my mind, so I had to say it. That's a lie. Because everything that's on your mind, you don't have to say it. You know, some things you could just not say, especially if it's gonna affect somebody else in a certain type of way. Some things you can, but you know, you can go around it. But sometimes just keep your mouth closed. Okay, I'm glad. But I was talking about forgiveness, Vanessa. You know, people say I can forget, but I mean I can forgive you, but I can't forget. That's not true forgiveness. Double tap the screen for me, y'all. Thank you, Vanessa. That's not true forgiveness. That's not forgiveness at all. It really ain't. It's maybe your term and your definition of forgiveness, but it's not. That means you haven't forgiven that person for whatever they done. And sometimes it may take a while, but I guarantee you, even if it take a while, you can still do it because all you got to do is ask God to help you with it. When it's so hard, He know what it takes for you. He made you. He made all of us. He know what it takes. So all you gotta do is go to Him and ask Him, Lord, fix me. I don't know how to do this. I don't want to be like this. This is not how I want to live my life. This is not what I want to do. Fix it for me. Show me how to do this. And then if you're a person that got so much pride, then eventually you'll kind of, set it aside. And even if you have to apologize, just go apologize. Like, what is it gonna do? I'm sorry. And you will find out when you make that apology to that person, you will find out that that person probably welcome you with open arms, and boom, it's done. That's all they were waiting on. That's all they was waiting on is an apology. Sometimes you ain't even gotta apologize. All you gotta do is just go hug them. That's it. You ain't gotta give no big speech. I'm sorry. That's it. I'm just sorry. That's it. That's all you gotta say. That's an apology. I'm sorry. You don't want to go deep into it? You ain't have to. So find a way to do it, you guys. Because you need it for you. You ain't gotta have it for me. Because I know how to apologize when I been did wrong. I know how to say I'm sorry. But you don't have to forgive me for me. You gotta forgive me. I mean, forgive yourself. You know, you gotta forgive yourself. Yeah. For holding a grudge. Forgive yourself. Let stuff go. Forgive that person. Forgive that person who done you wrong. And then forgive yourself. You know? That's what you gotta do. And when we go to God and say, Lord, I'm sorry. That was a doozy I did, but please forgive me. You know what He do? He forgive us right then and there. He don't say nothing else about it. He throw it, boop, 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 it's gone, and it's well over there in the Red Sea, deep at the bottom, down there with the fishes swimming in the ocean. It don't never come back up. Never, ever, ever, ever. So that means He done forgotten about it. If He could forget about it, you could forget about it. It is hard. That's what I said, Vanessa. It's very hard for us to forgive people who've hurt us. You know, and we know the old saying, hurt people. You know, hurt people do things to hurt people. Sometimes not even knowing it. Sometimes, hey, just because you hurt me, I want to hurt you back, make me feel better. But that don't mean that we can go on in life without doing it. At some point, we gotta do it. If you say you love God and you know God, you know that that's one of His policies. I mean, that's one of the what we have, like the Constitution. That's right up in there with the Constitution. Forgiveness. We know that. We gotta have that. We have to do that. And so I'm saying, like, don't let it take so long for you to try to forgive a person for something, because you don't want to get caught up in your last days, because we never know when it's going to be. You don't want to get caught up in that and leave here with that on your heart. You want your heart to be, my heart is at ease. Absolutely 100%. I know I ain't did nothing to nobody to hold no grudge against nobody. I mean, like, if somebody thinks something, whatever, or somebody says something, you never can know about that. That's something different. But actually holding a grudge against somebody or whatever, that's not me. Never have, never will. Now, have I been hurt? Every time. But I don't hold nothing against nobody. And I'm gonna tell you this: you can forgive a person for doing something to you, and you still don't have to be in that same circle no more. You don't have to be as close to them as you were, back in your past life. You don't have to be that close to that person. You could truly, truly, truly in your heart forgive a person, and you could be like, well, okay, well, I love them. Or well, if you don't love them or whatever. But you can say, well, yeah, I just don't feel like hanging with them. And that's okay. That's fine. But as long as you truly forgive, because only God knows. You could say you forgive and you really don't, and you really have animosity towards a person. God knows that. That person ain't got to know it, but God knows it. So don't lay down here and close your eyes and let death catch you with your heart hardened like that against somebody. You know? That's my speech of the day, y'all. Don't do it. Forgive people, because we gotta leave here. How do you deal with someone that betrayed you? Should you forgive them right away? You don't have to do it right away. If you can't. If a person has betrayed you, you don't have to do it right away. If you could, if you can, that's great. If you that type of person, be like, okay, you hurt me bad. You hurt me. But I still love you, and I forgive you for what you did. But guess what? Because you hurt me so bad, I forgive you. I ain't gonna never bring it back up. I'm done with it. I can't. I just can't be close to you like that. I just can't fool with you like that no more. That's fine. But sometimes it takes people a long time because of whatever the hurt was. It takes people a long, long time to do it. That's fine. It's not a set time. But what I'm saying is, you have to get prepared. And you have to tell yourself, every time you think about it, say, Lord, help me. I know I got to forgive them. I'm just so hurt. I got to get this hurt out of the way so that I can do it. I need help. I can't do this by myself. Don't just get in your way and say, I ain't never forgiven them for what they did. They did me wrong. They were dead wrong. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not never forgiving them. I ain't fooling with them no more. Whatever, whatever. Now, when you put it in your mind like that, then hey, you already done told yourself, you done made an agreement with Satan, telling him that you're never going to forgive them. I'm never going to forgive her for that. Never forgiving him for that. So, you and Satan like that. Y'all might as well be besties. Because you done teamed up with him. And when you done already, told him, I ain't forgiving. But when you know that that's one of God's requirements that we got to do. So every time Satan try to come and get in your head and say, she hurt me real bad. He hurt me real bad. I ain't forgiving her. Then that's when you say, get your ass from around me. Kick rocks. Because I am going to forgive. I might not be ready yet, but I'm working on him. That's how you get rid of him. That's how you get him out your ear. He gonna come back though, cause he don't want you to do it. But he gonna come back, and every time he come back, you say the same thing. You do the same thing. Don't come over here bother me today. I don't want to hear it, cause I'm gonna forgive. But you gotta find that space. You know, you gotta ask for that peace, and you find that space so that you can do it, and God will give it to you. You all gotta do is ask. Like I say, everybody timing is different. Some people just, if you're a real stubborn person or whatever, you know yourself. Everybody know themselves. So everybody probably just take a little extra time to do it, but within time, you're gonna get it done. You'll get it done. And sometimes God will break you down and make you do it. Even if He break you down and make you do it. Oh, I've heard so many people say they feel so much better, and that weight is just lifted. I ain't never just been through it because I ain't never held nothing, held nothing against nobody till it just I had to break down to do it. So, but I'm just saying, I'm not boasting or nothing like that. I'm saying I never been in that position. That's what I want to say yet. I'll just say that I don't know if I will, but I'm gonna say yet because I have never been in that position yet. But of course, I've heard several people, a lot of people, stating how bad they've been hurt, and knowing a situation, it was bad, like really, really bad. And I was like, oh Lord Jesus, bless them, because it was really, really bad. But, and I know some that God broke them down. I'm talking about like broke them down, and made them forgive, because that pride and that stubbornness, they just was holding on to what was done and what was said to they couldn't find that space to forgive. But God knew what it took and broke them all the way down, and they did it. And afterward, they said it just felt like, when they look back on, like, they don't even know why they was holding on to whatever it was they were holding on to so long once they did it. So we got to do it. I remember, I'm gonna tell you this. I remember Bible study one Wednesday. So we had Bible study. No, it wasn't Bible study. It was we had a week of. It wasn't prayer week. It wasn't. It called something else. But anyway, it was a whole week of it. It was almost like testimonials, like different testimonials or whatever. But they had a name for it. I forgot. And it was this one lady I'll never forget, because her story just was so real. I was like, whoa, So her child had a drunk driver, ran a stop sign, hit the car, and her child was in the car and died. It took that lady a long time. Hey, Edward, how you doing? Thank you. It took her years. She told this story. I didn't know her. I mean, she went to church, but she told this story. I didn't never knew that it had happened to her. She said for years, she know at least 2 years, she would send this person, because I don't even think he got manslaughter. I think he got time, but they like reversed his time, gave him house arrest, and then gave him probation or whatever. And she was like, he killed my baby, So let's say that someone passed away and you haven't forgiven them. Would you feel guilty about not apologizing to them before they pass away? Myself, I probably would. Yeah, I probably would, Vanessa. Hey, Miss Ruby. Yeah, I probably would. But even then, if they passed away and I didn't get a chance to apologize, I still would have to ask God to forgive me, for not apologizing. Because another thing you don't want on you is all that guilt. That guilt weigh you down, and that guilt just, what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how you can live your best life with all of that weighing you down. Yeah, so I would still have to. I just ask God, forgive me, Lord. I'm so sorry. I never did it. I don't know why. Only thing you can do is go to God for forgiveness then, because you never chose it. But you still asking for forgiveness from Him, for even for not forgiving that person. You still got time. You know, we always got time to ask for forgiveness, repent and everything before me, before I lay down and leave this world. You know, I want to make sure that my heart is right. You know, I didn't say what I had to say to that person that left here, but you know, I'm sorry. That's all I can say. They gone, and I can ask God to forgive me for that. But at least before I leave here, I plan to get it right and not have it on my heart. You know, that's what I'm saying. But the lady that the lady I was talking about at church, her daughter or her son, I can't remember what it was, died. He didn't get no time. So you already know that's a big thing on a parent. You done killed my baby, then they don't even get you no time. You know, sometimes it's just a mistake, and we know that. But when it's taking away a life, we understand that too. And she said for 2 years. I don't know if it was 2 or 3, but I know it was at least 2 years. She said she found out his address where he lived. She said she used to send him black roses every year on her child's birthday. Every year she used to send him black roses. Yeah. She said she had to stop. She finally went to God and said, no, I'm not finna keep letting Satan control me. She said, Satan, she said, this is it. She said, it's like, you know, she just woke up on the inside. She said, Satan, that's it. You ain't gonna control me no more. She said, yeah, my baby gone, and it ain't nothing I could do about it. But I love my baby when my baby was here. Now my baby going to be with the Father, who I'm preparing to go. She said, you ain't gonna keep me down no more. And she asked God to forgive her for not forgiving. And she forgave, you know, she had to forgive the man within her or whatever. And once she did that, she could start living again. Because all them years when he killed her child, she couldn't live. She couldn't live. I mean, she was living, of course, but she couldn't live. She just stopped everything. She just had no desire to for life, like none of that, until she actually forgave. I put your stuff in the refrigerator. You had them shrimp going sports in there.
Okay, what animals?
I'll put the camera on you. Well, where is that ring? They say I look like that doll on Wendy's with that red hair on that Wendy's commercial. That's what he said I look like. Hmm? On the Wendy's biggie bag, he said I look like that. Now, what is that to tell your mama? What is that to say to your mama? She look like the doll on the Wendy's, the big bag, $5 Wendy bag.
She said she ain't never got it.
Yeah, we learned how to say that before.
I learned from the best.
You sound like me. She gonna hear you pretty crazy.
Between her and Sugar Boo.
Oh, Sugar don't. Sugar got the warm. Sugar got the warm.
I would have gotten knocked out. You would have, what you said?
Apple said they would have got him knocked out. Sounds like
Who?
you.
Little Errol, man. Uncle.
He ain't talking about him.
On YouTube.
She's still up there. This once they crush. Snoop's gonna be fucked by it.
He was talking about mine.
Yeah. Buffalo there.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, with these children right here, just say anything. I'll just say anything. Talk about the mama and just say anything.
The boy's not that serious.
It is. That's not for me being like that serious.
I mean, they just say anything around here. Vanessa, just anything. I don't know where he come from.
We ain't got time for that.
I just don't know where he come from.
These gonna be your sock.
Well, mine,
Look mine.
they're probably mine.
Look my socks. We ain't got damn
Oh, you brought my sock.
She needs some give her some.
Not no nice ones. I got some old ones. She like to feel the breeze.
Solid color.
I don't need no sock. What you mean I need
You
some?
need solid color.
Oh,
You wearing
color.
that dress anywhere today, you need solid color.
I got some of them black footy socks. Them no-show socks in there.
What you need.
I ain't got no tissue. What we?
First of all, you don't need no tennis shoes. You got a dress on.
She can fit J shoes.
Mm-hmm.
She can fit J shoes.
No, I said, what size shoes Jada wear?
7.
What size that is in girl?
About 4.
What?
He wears 7 in men.
So what size that is in girls though?
Mm-hmm.
Is that an 8?
A 10 is 8.
Hmm?
A 10 girl shoe
I wear 8.
is an 8 for us. Yeah, she can fit J shoes.
Wait a minute, that's backward, bro. A girl wear size 10 and then you only wear 8?
Yeah, that is right. I wear 10.
But you
And,
would really
and
wear
men,
7
I'm an 8.
And men, you an 8?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the
What's
men
that
feet
at?
would be bigger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you say that?
So if Jaden wear whatever his size is, and you said my size should be a 4 or a 5?
And men, about 6, 7.
Oh, I wear 8 though.
You wear 8 in women, but
Yeah.
not in men.
Yeah.
You wear 6 probably in men.
And then what Jaden wear?
Yeah, 6, 7.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Let's get that so we can see
Huh?
if it's true. I'm gonna flip that so we can see if it's true.
I think the green and red ones are the 7.
I had to leave. You got 12. You got big old feet. I had to leave in a hurry, so when y'all don't even want to see what I look like. Vanessa, I'm not lying. I left home. I left home in a hurry, so
Look in the packet and see who was the
I
dentist
halfway
provider.
packed. I got half of this, half of that. You don't even want to know what my shoe collection look like.
That is.
It's 0. I left home with the
She
shoes I
said
had
that
on my
she passed
feet.
yesterday.
Let me see. Oh yeah, this thing look big.
That's some men's shoe.
I know, this thing look real big. I'm pretty sure I
Yeah,
can
she
wear
coming
it.
back next weekend.
Look at that.
She leave on Friday, but she'll be back.
Oh,
next
that's too
Friday.
big for my feet.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
they ain't
won't
think too
select
too
Saturday.
big, but it look, that shoe look fat, don't it?
Look that big on your feet. Look, baby. That look like her size. Come look.
Okay,
It is
I'll
my
look.
size, just a little extra room in there. Okay.
All right.
What shoes Jaden don't want? Let me have them. Which I want?
You don't want nail pair shoes, Jason. Don't.
Was them too big?
Ah,
You can fit them?
yeah, I can feel them. I can fit them things, babe. You might well go and give me a pair of tennis shoes to put on.
Not with that.
Not with that dress.
Well, it's either tennis shoes or it's either my shoes that I have.
Them the shoes you had on look better. Change
I
the
got
size.
some shorts you probably can fit.
Please,
What?
give me some jogging pants and zip.
I ain't put on no hot jogging pants, wrong
Give
with
some
you.
short then.
How's it is?
Give them Nike shorts
I'm in Florida. She gonna try to put me on some jogging pants.
with a
Child,
black
please.
t-shirt, please.
I'm gonna go to somewhere. I'm gonna go to the store and buy me a pair of sandals.
These nice.
What?
These nice.
You can fit them
And
Nike
you can wear
shorts.
the shoes you just had on.
Okay, I put on
With a
this
shirt.
Give me a t-shirt. I'm gonna put these on.
She needs some.
Give me a t-shirt. And I'll wear Jaden shoes.
I don't like women to put they buy my shirt. I put my shirt on. I
Just
have
give
titty
her one
room.
you don't want to
Wait, you put your shirt on
I
what?
have titty space in there.
Give her one you don't want.
Boy, nobody gonna stretch that shirt like that.
So I told her yesterday she need to be first stop Burlington.
Yeah, well, I told you, I don't know where he come from. I don't know who child that is. Yeah, how I'm gonna stretch his shirt? Tell me he gonna have titties in him. Woo, lordy. They gonna have titties in them. Child boo. I told y'all. Now I had my sandals right there, you know, for me to pack, and I threw all kind of stuff in my suitcase. But
They wear them white shirts out there.
I thought for sure I had put my sandals in there because I ain't really put no jeans, no tennis shoes, none of that. I just got a couple of dresses.
It's not really.
Y'all like out here, I ain't have nothing. I had them ugly shoes that I had on my feet that I
Yeah.
left with, and that's what I had on.
It gonna fit a better.
You put this back on, you had titties and stomach.
Nah, you gonna keep that one. That's why I gave it to you.
Oh, okay.
Let me see that one.
I don't even want to wear this. I'm look like Porky the Pig with it on.
Let me find another one.
That too loose. That damn shirt too loose. That thing gonna squeeze me to death. That sure gonna squeeze me like an
You
anaconda.
know what she got on that line. You look better with that.
What, with my dress?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go,
What dress?
what I did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just need some sandals. I just go to,
Yeah.
a little shoe store to
Hair
get
store.
get sandals from the hair store.
Yeah, so got sound.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll go there and then
Hair store right there.
get me a pair of sandals.
So you
That'd be
need it.
good.
And
I'd
don't
be
you
good to go
ever
home.
walk out.
Cut on room. Hey Alexa.
Bree, shut up.
Babe, it's okay. She gonna get some sandals.
Cut on room light.
Yeah, I'm getting some sandals, bro. Get this stuff, 'cause this stuff gonna be too little for me.
Not with shorts.
The shorts might not be, but that shirt too little. I ain't wearing that little bit shirt.
I can get you a bigger shirt.
How you gonna get a bigger shirt when that's your size? You ain't got a bigger shirt.
No,
Nah,
that's an
that's
undershirt.
my arm.
Oh,
That,
okay.
you know, I want to look like I'm beefing them up.
Well, all right, y'all. I'm finna get off of here.
Should have been with tight shoes.
Oh boy, please.
She'd have been killer.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for showing up. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up.
You need a gym.
We gonna look. There he go right there. Look. He gone. Bree, where your husband at?
Yeah.
He gone, y'all. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all showed up here rocking with me, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna talk to y'all later, but y'all don't forget. Boy, if you don't get out my face right now.
Put the punk hand back in. Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Bye, y'all. Thank y'all. Love y'all.
Match your dress.
I can see y'all later. Yeah, do match.
And I got a pink shirt too. So